Alrighty, guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Boruto episode 67. Alrighty, so a couple order of business things I gotta talk about before we talk about last episode and all that, but so, first of all, if you watch My Hero Academia videos or my fairy tale videos, you'll know that I potentially broke my toe. I'm not sure. I ended up kicking one of the stands that are holding my bed frame up behind me while I was putting my sheets back on my bed after washing them. And the pole is very thin, so or it's relatively thin, so it really bashed just one toe against it really hard. And that happened on last Friday, and today is Wednesday, so it's getting close to almost being a week, and it actually still hurts. I can't even bend it without it hurting, which means I can't walk normally. I gotta walk like flat-footed. I can't go like that when I'm lifting up my foot, like you normally do. I have to like take each step like completely flat, or it hurts like a mother. So just in case I kick something and just completely lose my shit, you might notice like an immediate cut during some weird part or something. I really hope I don't. I've been very careful, so I probably won't, but I just wanted to fill you guys in on what's going on with my life. When I'm just sitting here like this, it doesn't hurt too much, except walking around for, almost a week with only using my flat foot has actually hurt my foot in other ways. Like, my foot's sore, but not where, like, the injury occurred. So it's really a weird thing going on with me. Anyways, regardless of that, the other order of business is, so I've been warned about this next 3-episode mini arc, and I've been told that it's kind of, like, cheesy and cringy, and I don't know anything that happens. I haven't been spoiled. All I know is that it was one of those things where they were like, well, if you want to like watch it on your own time and then skip it on the reaction channel, you could. But I decided I'd watch it. Hopefully that doesn't go over too poorly. I know it stinks for some of you that really look forward to these episodes, and now you have to wait, like 4 weeks until until we get past this arc and the next episode shows up, like past it, which what I guess would be. So 67, 68, and 69 are potentially the bad ones, so 70 would be where it, I'm guessing starts in a new arc that's good or something. But either way, I'm going to be watching it. Apologies to anybody that really wanted me to skip it and stuff, but for those of you who stay and watch with me, I appreciate it. And, I guess if views are too bad and if too many people, comment saying they don't like it, then maybe in the future when something like this happens, I'll just skip them and watch them on my own time. But for now, this is the way I'm doing it, just because I do like trying to watch almost every episode, even though I did skip an episode earlier in the show. But yeah. So, with all that out of the way, I guess quickly, last episode was kind of the aftermath of the big fight that we had, and we had some teasing of the fishing pole villain that I never remember their names, and he's up to something. He was very indecisive, so I don't know what he's doing. And then, all the characters just doing apologies, resolving themselves, and making amends and stuff like that, so good stuff, but I think we should just jump into this episode because I've done enough talking. Alrighty, guys, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so for full-lengthers, we are going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Butterfly. Metapod. Oh, Joji! I think? Nice. Training Chocho while she's just reading on her tablet or something. She's not paying attention to him at all, is she? Yeah. Damn. They destroy a lot of rocks and mountains. Yeah, she's not paying attention at all. Oh god. Is this what Chocho's watching? Oh, he's proposing. Soap operas. Sounds like it would be one. Hmm. So this is a Chocho episode? Oh! I kind of see what people are talking about, though. The how these episodes are a little more cheesy, potentially. Uh, I love seeing the older characters. Is it bad that sometimes I like seeing like Hinata and Naruto and stuff like that, and Choji and stuff like that more than I enjoy seeing the younger characters? Obviously, we spent so much more time with them, so I guess it probably makes sense. Do 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 do. Yeah. Super Chocho Butterfly Mode. Well, that ain't spoilers at all. So does she already know how to do that super hidden jutsu? And awesome, this is Mitsuki training with Orochimaru. Oh. Okay, so it's Chocho's team and Boruto's team going on this mission, I would assume. Are you my father or mother? As well as something not of this world. What does that mean? Is that something we've seen before, or is that referring to something we haven't seen? More of this. God damn it, Chocho. Because they keep repeating the same stuff. Would have been so funny if he just walked up randomly. The hell did you say? Jesus. Calories will fix most things. I agree, Chocho. Jesus. Wait, what? I think I missed that. Oh, I guess it was a fat joke. I think I kind of get it now, but like I missed something a little bit there. What's that? Is it edible? Oh, she wants to learn the butterfly mode just to make herself skinnier. She can already do it. And they're purple! Her voice even sounds different. Like a little bit higher pitch, maybe? God. It's like the ultimate fake yourself. Okay, so yeah, it is just those two teams, but that's still pretty cool. Joint mission! How long is she able to stay skinny like that? God damn it. Boruto! How do you not recognize her? Yeah, exactly. Sarada in the background. She's so delusional. Oh my god. I just realized, are they gonna be bodyguarding Tomura or whatever, the guy from the thing? Yep. This is who they're gonna. I realized it right as the scene happened. Tomaru, that's what it is. Chocho? She doesn't seem very nice. Is she acting like uninterested as like a ploy? Ooh, very serious. Oh no, a death threat! Oh my god. Hmm. Is it Chocho that sent the letter? It's. I have a feeling it's gonna be Chocho. With this kind of episode, I could see it being something silly like that. Of course. Although, if it was Chocho that left the letter, then I don't know what kind of, like, action we'd get. Unless it's just a bunch of silly episodes and we're not gonna have any fighting, really. Yeah, that's exactly what she's doing. God damn it, Chocho. God damn it. She could be full of surprises. God damn it. This is so I can become Hokage. Sarada's gonna lose her shit. Sparkle. She's gonna go around the corner and freak out. God damn it. Sarada! I sorry, I do not get it. Is it the ring? Jesus, so creepy. Just because he looks like he's an adult and Chocho's obviously a child. God damn it. Oh no. Oh. Oh jeez. So maybe there actually is a death threat? What the heck is this guy? Oh, a clone. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep. That's not good. Is it just a smoke? Okay, just smoke, not poison. Oh, I just realized his headband. He's from a different village. She loses her strength when she does that mode, right? Or something like that. I think she said. Damn, he got away. Oh, are they going to be in the play? Or the show or whatever? Or at least Chocho? Yep. really creepy. Rami and Jewel. I'm guessing that's supposed to be Romeo and Juliet. Jesus. Wait, does she have a kissing scene with him? Or is that... Okay. Weird. A weird episode. Bird, bear, hare, and fish? What? Why was that in the credits? What is that? Is that like a... like one of the bands or something? I like this outro song a lot. Was I iffy about it at first? I can't remember, but I like this. Alright. That is the end of episode 67, guys. And... yep, I will say that was... cringe. Like, I was told that these episodes were gonna be a little different, but... I think it was funny up until the point where the guy started to show a little interest in the girl. Like, obviously, I don't know. I'm not good with this kind of stuff, so I don't know if he's just being nice and polite to her, but in my eyes, she's like a kid. Like, if I were to guess Boruto's age, I'd say he's like 12 at the... maybe like 14 or 15 at the oldest, right? And that guy looks like he's in his 20s. Maybe 18 at the youngest. So it's really weird. Like, obviously, there's, you know, kids that look up to adults that think they're attractive or whatever, you know, and that's normal, right? Like, they have idols and stuff like that, but having an adult look down at a kid and say stuff like that is just creepy, you know. So I will say with like the cringe stuff with that and all that, but I mean, I don't really know what to discuss about the episode because really it was just, I like the training bits in the beginning, even though Chocho had nothing to do with it, but I like the Mitsuki one as well, because that's always interesting to me. But we didn't really see much of it. It was just like some quick stuff, but apparently Chocho knows how to do the butterfly mode thing that Choji does, but she loses her power when she does it, so she can't do her, like, expansions. When she landed with her punch, it looked like she still did, like, decent damage, like, smoke cloud came up and everything, and the sound of, like, the floor breaking or something like that, but I guess it just wasn't as effective because she didn't expand herself, so that's interesting. So she still has a lot of work to do on that, but she was more focused on her soap operas and chips, like Choji said, than she was training, and which I guess you could compare to our world. There's a lot of people that are, you know, like, to compare it to something, obviously we don't really have training like that, but you could say, because it even affects me, where there's some people that are way more into, like, YouTube, social media, stuff like that, all those different platforms rather than the news and like important matters that are going on in the world and stuff like that. Because I'll be honest, I like don't follow current events at all. Like I couldn't tell you the last thing I read about Trump or anything, Like I mean, I don't vote, I don't do any of that because I'm just not informed. I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff, so I shouldn't be voting, right? I feel like if I because obviously I am not a fan of Trump just based off what I hear from other people, like friends and family and stuff like that. And like the few things I've read, I don't want to get into like a political thing on the channel at all, but I don't pay attention to any of that stuff, so I don't vote. Maybe Trump is doing great things. I have no idea because I've only heard the bad stuff. But that's the kind of thing that I, don't do. And there's even like some like things that my friends reference and they're like, "How do you not know about that?" And I'm like, "I just don't pay attention to the news." Like my my daily routine is pretty much like wake up, work, video games, and Netflix, and, do this YouTube stuff on whatever days that I work on it, and then sleep, right? And then rinse, repeat. And I don't sit there and, like, I value my spare time, and I don't have fun looking at news articles about, how many people died today, or whatever, what kind of crimes were committed. Like, that stuff just brings me down. So I just enjoy, my time on Netflix and video games and stuff. So and anime, watching that on this channel and stuff. So I guess my point is that she's more into that kind of stuff than training and stuff. So it kind of relates back to the real world is what I'm saying. But other than that, the rest of the episode was really about Chocho's love for this attractive TV star or whatever, and it's kind of weird. Like I said, like with her one-sided thing, it was fine, but it started to get a little two-sided, and then also, I found a lot of the episode funny, so it's not a complaint. But I will say that I am also not a fan in like a real life situation, in like a serious situation. Obviously, I took this as a joke, so it didn't bother me. But where someone fakes themselves to try to get with someone, that's always been something that I'm against. Because no joke, even in these reactions, I'm not faking anything really. Like sometimes I will say something I wouldn't normally, because obviously when I watch a show, I don't normally talk out loud, So reacting in general is already just a little different than my normal behavior. But usually what I say out loud is just what I'm thinking in my head that I would have thought anyway, But I don't like, even when like, dates or anything like that, meeting new people, I'm never like, oh, I'm gonna act uninterested so they, don't, so they get more interested in me. I'm gonna be mysterious, No, I'm gonna be myself, and if myself is what attracts that person, then that's great. And if being myself isn't what attracts that person, then they're not the right person, So that's just the kind of thing, like, you never wanna, at least in my opinion, never wanna fake it, because eventually you're gonna go back to being your normal self, If you're together with a person, maybe you'll fake it for a few months, but eventually you're gonna go back to the way you were, and if she doesn't like that part of you, or he, or, whatever, then, you're gonna run into problems and stuff like that in the relationship, because, for me, I would never hide the fact that I am obsessed with video games and anime and stuff like that, because even though that's probably not attractive to a lot of women and stuff like that, I don't want to get into a relationship where they think I don't do any of that stuff, and then I can't do any of that stuff around them, right? And I'd rather be open about it so, they don't find out later and it's like, oh, I don't like you anymore, yada yada, blah blah blah. Anyways, getting off these weird topics, That's just basically how I feel about that. But for this episode, didn't bug me because it was done in a humorous manner. I found it funny because obviously I could tell what she was doing after like, you know, pretty much right away. So I do wonder if she's the one that wrote the threat and this fight was coincidental, right? Because I could see her being against... Well, I don't know. Maybe she didn't. Because she seemed to be loving it when she was watching them, like, doing the proposing stuff and all that. She was really into it. And she wasn't like, no, you can't marry that man because I want to, you know? So, maybe she didn't send the threat. I was just thinking it would have been funny if she was the one that sent it. But then I thought, like, well, if she was the one that sent it, that means there's no real reason why someone else should be attacking, right? Unless it's someone else that has a grudge, didn't bother sending a death threat, they're just attacking, you know? It could be that. This guy that's attacking doesn't necessarily link with the guy or the person that sent the death threat. It could be two separate things, so it still could have been her that sent it, but I guess we'll find out in these coming episodes. But my thought was that maybe instead of doing action as like a, you know, there's this main story where they're on this mission to protect this guy, and instead of having them actually have a conflict, like no one would actually attack them, I thought maybe they'd just take part in the show, which is kind of happening. Both things. They had someone attack, and now, you know, Chocho's taking part in this show. I don't know if anybody else will be taking part in the show at all throughout this little mini arc, but who knows? But yeah, I guess I don't think there's really anything else for me to talk about, to be honest. I guess there is one thing left. The Orochimaru scene, which I guess I don't want to dwell on it too much, but he said he's been men, women, and things not of this world. I mentioned it during the reaction, but do we know what that means? Do we know? Has he ever been anything not of this world? Because we've seen him as, like, man, woman, taking these bodies, right? We've seen him turn into a snake when people, like, thought he was dead, you know, in old Naruto. And even when, like, Sasuke killed him, he was kind of like a big, like, weird snake monster kind of thing. Is that considered not of this world? Or has he been something else? Is this implying, like, a different story arc that could take place at some point? Or, you know, was that just Orochimaru talking and I'm not supposed to look this deep into it? I don't know. If you guys know, and it's not a spoiler for future events in the show, let me know. I'm curious, but other than that, I don't think I really have much more to talk about this episode. It was very silly. It was very cringy. I laughed through it. I had fun. You know, it was funny, even though at some points it was cringy. So I'm not going to say I absolutely hated it. Would I have preferred, you know, like a main story plot going on that is more serious? Yes, but we just got off one, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. But yeah, so these little fun episodes aren't too bad. 3 episodes is towing the line of being, like, too much, you know? Like, I think 2 episodes of silliness probably would be perfectly fine. 3 episodes, like I said, towing the line is kind of like, I don't know. But if it was 4 episodes, I would have been like, oh, geez, okay, this is a little much, you know? But, yeah. Anyways, I guess we can look forward to see what happens next week on this, you know, fun adventure protecting a movie star that Chocho's obsessed about. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. If you want to support the channel, you can hit that subscribe button. You can also go down in the description and check out my Patreon, which is another way to support the channel with your money. But you don't have to, of course. If you do, you get some benefits like early access and full length and stuff like that, so check it out if you're interested. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.